These rocky shores where I call home, where my heart longs to be. Whenever I roam, it's these rocky shores, it's where I long to be. Yes, it's these rocky shores, they are home to me.
Whenever I leave here, it hurts me so, with tears in my eyes. Why you go? There ain't no work, and the kids need new clothes. The bills need paying, so off I must go.
These rocky shores, where I call home, where my heart longs to be. Whenever I roam, yes, these rocky shores, it's where I long to be. Yes, these rocky shores, they're home to me.
I think to myself, where did it all go? The life I once had on the ocean's mighty road. My tears in my eyes and my head in my hands, away from my family, I hope they understand.
That is these rocky shores, where I call home, it's where my heart longs to be. Whenever I roam, it's these rocky shores, where I long to be. Yes, these rocky shores, they're home to me. Yes, these rocky shores, they're home to me.
Good evening. Welcome to This Week in Review. Tonight's stories include
I really would appreciate submitting it to me.
these stories plus community events, After Act, BBS Playbill, and more coming up after this.
This is the place where the dawn breaks earliest. The new year comes soonest. And the Atlantic first meets the new world. You can walk the streets of the oldest city in North America.
After a year of planning, Burgio's second come-home year is now a memory. Here are a few highlights from some of the many happenings held throughout the event. We now declare these ceremonies open.
Scott, show me your duck. Look for some more. Scott.
A lot of ducks over this way.
Look. Here comes tree and side by side, look.
Wait a minute, come on, get over here. Come on, man, reel. Yeah. Get it. Longer. You got her. Come on, buddy. Come on. Check it out, y'all. Check it out.
Good evening, everybody. On behalf of the Come Home Year Sanity Committee, I would like to welcome all former and present residents, as well as friends and relatives, to our second Come Home Year and fourth annual Sanity Festival. If anyone need any assistance during celebrations, can contact any one of these members, the registration office at the Basement Community Center, or the information booth at the park. So I hope everybody have an enjoyable stay. Thank you.
Right now we're going to call upon one of our younger residents, Ingrid Strickland, to lead us all in Old Canada.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all thy sons' command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north, strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Okay, next up we're going to call upon our Mayor, Alistair Han, and Committee Chairperson, Paulette, to cut the ribbon declaring the Come Home Year officially open. We now declare these ceremonies open. A couple more things, sir. Okay, next up we're going to call upon our Come Home Year Ambassador, Rhonda Green, to cut the cake. Following the cutting of the cake, the contestants from the pageant will be passing around the cake. I would now like to call upon the mayor of our town, Mr. Alistair Hand, to bring greetings on behalf of the town of Burgeo.
Good evening, everybody. I'm in a real upbeat mood this evening. So let's say we start by, give me a B. Give me a U. Give me an R. Give me a G. Give me an E. Give me an O. Burgeo. Welcome to Burgeo Come Home year 1998. During this week, as I walked around town, and some of you who know me know that I do a bit of walking, it was very exciting to see all the different license plates and all the parking space being filled up. I wish our population would remain what it is today. But like the old saying, you wish in one end and you know do what in the other, and you know what will be filled first. Anyway, we are very happy to have you back, even if it is only for a short time. You know how in the fairy tales, how they all begin with once upon a time? Well, I wonder in the next 10 days, as you meet with old acquaintances, how many stories will begin with, do you remember that time? The town of Burgeo did not have a key to give every one of you today. So therefore, we unlocked the doors of the key of the town, and we threw away the key. I know you all have reunions and agendas of your own, but I would encourage you to try participate in the activities that your Come Home Year Committee have drawn up for you. Not only is this a very happy occasion for you who are visiting, it also is a very joyous occasion for us who reside here. We are honored and happy to have you back on this piece of granite for another short while. Once again, I say, welcome home, let your hair down, kick up your heels, and have a good time. We're very excited to have you back, and remember, there's no price tag on the doors in Burgeo. All the best. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mayor Hand. We'll now have a welcome from our ambassador, Miss Rhonda Green.
Good evening, everyone. As being Miss Come Home Year, I would like to welcome everyone here in Burgeo for our second Come Home Year. As being chosen Miss Come Home Year 98 back in April, I have really enjoyed it. During our 10-day event, I will be fulfilling my duties by taking part in the events plan and speaking out at several events. I'm available to anyone who needs any help or directions. So let's all get involved and make Come Home Year 98 a very enjoyable event and a time to remember. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Rhonda. To bring greetings from the province, please welcome our MHA, Bill Ramsey.
Thank you, Dave. Welcome, everybody. On behalf of the district I represent and the people of Burgeo and Lapoille, I want to welcome each and every one of you here to Burgeo for the Come Home Year festivities. The Premier Brian Tobin asked me to also bring you his greetings here today. He couldn't be with us, but was very pleased to hear of the success of the committee in organizing this. And also I want to congratulate the committee on doing such a wonderful job in organizing and getting you all here safe and sound. And we hope that you have a wonderful time. We hope you enjoy yourselves thoroughly, take in all of the events, be safe in your travels, and thoroughly enjoy this piece of the rock that we all love. And I hope that you share your old memories with family members and friends, that you take in as much as possible and take back a little bit of joy and wonder again at this wonderful place called Burgeo. And that's all for now. I look forward to participating in some of the events with you, and also in enjoying a lot of the activities myself and my family. Will be down possibly tomorrow with some of them, and then the rest of them later in the week. So I look forward to meeting a lot of you and taking in all of the events. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ramsey. Also bringing greetings, we have our MP, Bill Matthews.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. First of all, I want to thank the organizing committee for their very kind invitation to be here this evening with you to celebrate in your second come home year. I want to congratulate the committee on a job well done, and any of us who have been volunteers knows that a lot of planning and work goes into organizing an event such as this, so I want to congratulate the organizing committee on a job well done. I want to bring greetings to the people of Burgeo and to all of you who have come home as your Member of Parliament, and say that it's a real pleasure for me to be here. I'm sure that all of you have come back to Burgeo will enjoy the usual Burgeo hospitality. The people here are very friendly. It looks like the weather is going to cooperate, so I'm sure you're going to have a very enjoyable time as you visit with family and friends. And as Mr. Ramsey has said, for those of you who are traveling back home, please have a safe journey back home. And to all of you, have a safe and enjoyable summer. Thank you very much.
The mayor from 10 years ago, Mr. Lloyd Walters, sends his regrets for not being able to speak here this evening. Work commitments have detained him in St. John's, but he looks forward to seeing as many of you as possible next week. I'm now going to call upon our Ambassador Rhonda Green and Committee Member James Marsden for the presentation of flags.
Good evening, residents, former residents, and visitors. I would like to welcome everyone to Burgeo's second come home year. I hope you all have a safe and enjoyable stay. To inform you who the names was picked to carry the flags, first reply was picked to carry the Canadian flag. Second reply to carry Newfoundland flag. And the first reply from each province to carry their flag. After the ceremonies, I would ask the carriers of the flags representing your province, if you can, please walk carrying your colors to the Sandbanks Park, or at least to the causeway. As I call your name and the province you represent, would you please come forward and accept the flag of the province from our lovely Ambassador, Miss Rhonda Green. Thank you. Oop, wrong page. The Canadian flag, Mr. Rick Carter. Tell me carefully. Stand up that way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, then on the other side. Newfoundland flag, Ruth Matthews. Burgeo flag, Mayor Ann. And we need a volunteer for the Yukon flag. If there's anyone out there, will please come forward. Okay, you put down over it. Saskatchewan, Mr. Pat Donovan. Manitoba, we need a volunteer to come forward for that one, please. Is there someone out there? If not, is there someone there willing to take the Manitoba flag? Yeah. Alberta, Jason Bennett. BC, Patsy Ingram. Ontario, Mr. and Mrs. Seward Scott.
Now where do I go with it?
Quebec, Mr. William Cock.
I don't believe you're here.
I don't believe Mr. Cox is there, so if there's someone else there would like to come forward and accept the Quebec flag, it would be greatly appreciated. New Brunswick, Mr. Cecil Eric. Nova Scotia, Mr. Garfield Buckland. PEI, Mr. Roy Crant. Roy here? And we have two here from the United States, Mrs. Eugene Miller and Maisie Wallace. We also have a British seaman here, Mr. Barney Donovan, and his wife, Angelisa Donovan from the Philippines. I think they'd like to come together, I think.
Thank you. Look at the baby.
How you doing? Right? Oh yeah, we didn't used to go over there, but there was nobody here. And that is it for your flags. And I'd like to thank all those people that come forward and represent their province, and hope they have an enjoyable stay here in Burgeo.
Good job.
You come.
Oh, sorry about that, Andy. Well, one more, I missed one. That's not bad over 18, you only missed one. And that's Northwest Territories, Anthony Tucker.
We're trying to sketch on, I noticed no territory.
Saskatchewan one. Saskatchewan flag. It's gone. What's Saskatchewan?
You want to sketch on until they change from North Territory.
That's
right, I'll wait this one, Dave.
We got one mixed up.
Yep.
We'll straighten it out before we leave.
So now I'll pass it over to Dave Cooper and see what mistakes he'll make.
Okay, we'll straighten that out before...
Max's mistake.
Okay, we'll blame it on Max. We'll straighten it out before we leave here. Before we begin our motorcade, we have Rebecca Young to sing the Ode to Newfoundland. Rebecca?
When sun rays crown the pine-clad hills and summer spreads her hands.
Clary throat, eh?
I didn't know anything. She got really too hard. Hold on, no, but I played.
You should have done, she was under for 3 weeks.
Don't make you name if you have a fucking convertible. Is he in? They're pretty fucking below there.
The week that followed brought with it a whole slew of entertainment at Sandbanks Provincial Park, and weather that couldn't have been any better if you custom ordered it.
share some of the blame. One evening alone they went for a walk. Her parents they waited, but she never came back.
In addition to the Come Home Year celebrations in Burgeo, former Hunts Island residents also went to Hunts Island on the first Sunday of the Come Home Year.
Lots of love and everything. Like, what's he doing there? I don't like that. No, you want to do a jig now?
A jig now?
He was up in Graham now a while ago. I don't like you. So I'm not going back there, no. I'll be darned if I go back there to my son. There you go. A jig for you. Oh, come on. One time. Fast, my son. I let it hold.
Sing that song for me now, and the second one. Alright? No, first one. Ready? First, 1 and 2. Let her go.
I spies that build the boat, and I spies that sails her. I spies that catches a fish and brings him home and she lies her.
Thank.
Sods and rinds to cover your plate. Cake and tea for supper.
Thank.
Codfish in the spring of the year. Fried and muddy
butter. Where's don't you take me of that muddy butter? Fried muddy butter. Lord. Maybe. Huh? Oh, yes. You know what now, buddy? You know them first two? Well, you're going to sing next two. Number 3 and 4. Now, let her go. I don't want your maggoty fish. That's no good for winter. No, we don't stop when we sing, eh? We go there. I don't want your maggoty fish. That's no good for winter. I can buy as good as that down the bottom of it. That's how you got to do it. Number 3 and 4. I don't want your maggoty fish. That's no good for winter. I could buy as good as that down in Bonnie Vista. I took Eliza to a dam, and faithful she could travel, and every step that she did take was up her knees in gravel. Yeah. You know what happened to Ruth? Huh? You know what happened to Ruth? I don't either. Now, all right, ready? Getting over there. We're gonna sing it all on you. Ready? I think she knows it because I divide right the fool from fool ain't never. There you go. Come on. Yep. You gotta sing it fast. You got. Go fast. Oh, he's the boat. Oh, he's the boat. Go ahead.
Eyes the buys the builds the boat, eyes the buys the sails her, eyes the buys the catch the fish and brings them home to Lizer. Sides and rind to cover your flake, cake and tea for supper, codfish in the spring a year, fried and maggity butter. What is it?
Muddy butter.
That's not muddy.
What is that, muddy? Huh? Okay, that's pretty good. You want to do a wristlet or what? Okay. No, you done all right. What do you want? You ready? Huh? Well, you want to sing back part? Yeah, because I guess they're probably Braille. Now, ready? You sing the, yeah, sing the first two.
Eyes the buys the bills the boat, eyes the buys the sails her, eyes the buys the catch the fish and brings around to Lizer. Sods and rings to cover her plate, cakes and teas for supper, codfish in the spring of the year, fried and maggity butter.
Right on. You're not done with that, you. No, we ain't done the last one yet. Just come here and start off, isn't it? Huh? These are mine you guys say. Okay, let's go to the first one. Let her go. No, they can't hear that. They can't hear that one. No, they can't.
Eyes the buys the build the boat, and eyes the buys the sails her, eyes the buys the catch the fish and brings them home to Lizer.
Right on, old darling. Now, you ever eat muddy butter before? Oh, you're so good looking. Anyway, you ain't got no boyfriend? Oh, ooh! I guess I'm gonna wake up my man with Pepe. Huh? You what? No. Well, you what did you do? Oh, I'm not worried about that. I think they say we're all out to you. Oh, no. He don't need about what? $2.95? I got $5 on he. Now, we're going to sing first two. Can you see? Oh, yes, we can. Yeah, ready? Let her go. First one.
Eyes the buys the bill the boat, eyes the buys the sail her, eyes the buys the catch the fish.
Buys the bill the boat and brings them home to. Oh, I say you slow. Huh? God darn sure. Now, buddy, you're good for the food song. I think you can take the mic and let her rip. Oh, yes, boy, yeah. Yeah, because I'm telling you. Huh? No, let her go. You keep on singing, look at your paper, and let her go. Here, hold the mic.
Eyes by the bills boat, eyes by the sails there, eyes by the catch fish and brings over to Liza.
Where you say you're from? And what was that last word you just said?
Liza.
Oh, okay.
I'm glad to see you well. You care to get around me, surely I will tell about a situation. Be Garner and be got me Mr. Ivor Wiggly waits at 19. It's been since last October since I started out to roam. But they're helping in Killarney for to bring the harvest home. But now I wear a Guernsey and around me waist a belt, and I gather all you scrubbling in the hot asphalt. We laid it in the hollow and we laid it in the flat. If it doesn't last forever, I will surely eat me hat. I wandered up and down this world that I have never felt any surface that was equal to the hot asphalt. Woo! One day a copper came to me, he said to me, "McGuire, you care to let me warm me feet down by your broiler fire?" He sat down close beside me, with his hobnails to the heat. Says he to me, you jolly man, you hear about your feet. Says he to me, we know the choir were up to all your pranks. We know you was a deserter from...
And then, before we knew it, it was Sunday afternoon, and the festival was over. Okay, well, on behalf of the Festival Committee, we'd like to thank everyone who helped in preparing for the festival and all who helped out during the festival. We're not going to get into trying to name names because there are too many, but we would like to thank our students for all their work as well. And we'd like to thank everyone that performed today during the talent show. And most of all, we'd like to thank you, all the people who came out and helped make this festival possible. But please don't stay away for 10 years before you come back. There's a festival every year. I guess the guy up above we've got to thank for the weather. 10 years ago, the talk was of the fog, and that lasted for 10 years. When we were planning in the last couple of weeks, our biggest fear was that we were going to have another 10 days of fog, but we didn't. So hopefully we can get this again next year. Okay, and we hope to see everyone at our 5th annual Sand and Sea Festival, which will be held when? First weekend in August of next year. We hope to see you all then. We'd like to thank our mascot, BG, the Burjo Gull, and we've been told, by the way, that BG has not been pooping on anyone this week, so you have to blame the other gulls for that. Thank you all, and see you next year. Stay with us for more of This Week in Review, coming up in just a moment.
There's an island, of course, and over 10,000 miles of coastline, raised up in sunshine and storm. Thousands of islands, coves, guts, and bays, with a strange and startling beauty. It's a land that lives by the sea.
Tuesday, September 8th has been declared nomination day to fill 2 vacant seats on the Burgeo Town Council. Nomination of candidates for election to the council for the municipality of Burgeo will be received between the hours of 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. on Tuesday, September the 8th, 1998 at the Burgeo Town Council office. The by-election, if required, will take place on Tuesday, the 29th day of September between the hours of 8 a.m. and 8 p.m., with polling booths located at the Town Hall. Nominations shall be in writing and state the name and residence of the candidate and shall be signed by the proposer and seconder, both of whom shall be present together with the candidate who shall sign, also signifying his or her acceptance. Every candidate for election to the council shall at the time of his or her nomination deposit the sum of $10 with the returning officer. Qualifications of a candidate for election to council are as follows: Canadian citizen of the full age of 18 years, resident of the municipality or area for at least 6 months prior to the date set for nomination, not in debt to council for any errors of taxes for a prior year, or not otherwise disqualified under the Municipalities Act. Mayor Han is with us now with a report from the last meeting of the Burgeo Town Council.
Good evening, everyone. It's been some time since we've had a a town council report. It's not because the council haven't been trying to be busy, but with only 5 councillors and this excellent summer weather we've been enjoying, that it's been difficult getting meetings. However, on August the 12th, Wednesday, 1998, we did have a regular meeting. Issues discussed at that meeting were, the first item was tenders for paving the remaining streets and sidewalks. We were in receipt of 5 tenders. Penny Paving of St. John's was the successful tender in the amount of $321,506.65. Now this tender will also have to have added to it probably $60,000, $65,000 for engineering fees, which will work out to about $385,000. So therefore the tender's been let, and we hope to see some activity probably within the next 1 to 2 weeks. The next issue, which comes up almost at every meeting, was the fish plant. And our town manager, who is a member of the committee, reported that a proposed meeting for July the 20th with Mr. Barry did not materialize. And he had also heard that the proposed meeting for August the 17th had also been cancelled. So that was the only news regarding the fish plant. Regarding the all-grade school recreation complex, there was a meeting held of that committee on July the 31st. That meeting was held with our MP, Mr. Bill Matthews, and our MHA, Mr. Bill Ramsey. It was a very, very positive meeting. I'm quite enthusiastic about it. It was so good that our report that the engineer submitted to government and our response to date is so good, it's one of those things you think is too good to be true, and that is my main concern. However, in view of that, we have got a newsletter ready now which is about to go into the mail explaining to all of our citizens just what the complex involves, what will be required of the town and its people. And it's a very, very good report. The members of the Recreation Committee, it feels that this is the closest they've ever come to seeing their dream being realized. And for that reason, we're sending out a newsletter to all the people in the town. It's in a bulletin form. We want you to read it, and then later we're going to hold a panel on BBS in which we will try to solicit your views and comments on the proposal, either pro or con. It doesn't make any difference. But we'll try to field your questions on the phone and keep everybody plugged in. And if the town's people supports it, then we move on to the politicians from here to get the money and see if we can't get this project on the road. And from what I've seen of it, I must say that I'm very, very enthused with this project. It's a swimming pool plus an arena and weightlifting room and so on. It's really good, and really it doesn't involve too much money from the people of Burgeo, if any. Another item of discussion at our meeting was the by-election. As you know, we're short 2 councillors. Therefore, it was settled by motion that nomination day for the 2 positions would be September the 8th, and the election would be held on September the 29th. And I'd like to add to that, you know, there's never a time, I don't think, when the town of Burgeo needed a stronger council than it does right now. And for that reason, I would like for everyone to take this announcement of the election, this by-election, and think about it real serious and ask yourself, isn't it about time that you offered yourself to do some work for your town. You know, we can't all stay in our own back garden and stay to ourselves. We live in a small town where you can't have paid counselors and so on. So therefore, think real serious about it. And I'm sure that there's lots of good candidates out there. And on September the 8th, throw your hat in the ring. For God's sake, let's have 2 nominations. But I really would like to see more, and let's have an election on September the 29th and get in there and just see what it's all about as far as running this town. I certainly welcome an election, and I hope on September the 29th that our council will be back up to strength and we can get on to some good, meaningful work. A letter was received from Judy Foote's office, that's the Minister of Industry, Trade and Technology, I believe, and in which she acknowledged receipt of our proposal for Mr. Samuel Lee, the submission by the town of Burgeo in our bid to try to get the garment factory for Burgeo. Ms. Foote thanked us for our proposal. To my knowledge, it's not clear yet just who will be getting that garment factory. However, she did say she was impressed by our proposal and that Burgeo would be on the list for any such developments or different developments that should come to the province in the future. The petition for the declaring Marine Atlantic an essential service that was tabled and sent off to the Newfoundland and Labrador Federation of Municipalities. I'd like to speak a little bit on this motion and petition. In other words, give some background into how this all came about. Following the Wildcat strike this year, Mayor Andy Wells of St. John's wrote a letter to Premier Brian Tobin, and in which he asked the Premier to petition the federal government to declare Marine Atlantic an essential service, because every year with those threats of work stoppages and so on the Gulf, it's having a very detrimental effect on the tourism business in Newfoundland. In addition to that, Mayor Wells sent his letter to the different municipalities around the province and asked them to support him. Our council supported Mayor Wells, and later the Newfoundland and Labrador Federation of Municipality did up a motion to be submitted to the federal government, and they sent their motion to, I guess, every municipality in Newfoundland and asked for the people's signatures. So, you know, it wasn't really, in one sense, trying to take away the right to strike from the Canadian Auto Workers Union, but it was an attempt to try to see that this service, this thing which really have got to stop, you know, this link between Sydney and Port aux Basques, every summer we cannot put up with this thing, and just put it to your own self. If you were in Sydney tomorrow and found out that that the Gulf Ferry Service just went on strike, now you've got to go get yourself a hotel room. If you've got to get back to work, you've got to go and get a flight. You know, the common person just can't afford that. So, therefore, we feel that it is time that that service was declared essential. The next items of discussion at our meeting was mainly invoices. We had one invoice from Atlantic Engineering, and this was for the design work of the pavement and the sidewalks. And this invoice in the amount of $32,763.99. There was a motion to pay that invoice. And our invoices for the month of July and August in the amount of $35,205.76. There was a motion that we pay those invoices. And that was about it from our meeting on August the 12th. At this time, I would publicly, on behalf of the council, like to thank the Camomier Committee for putting off what I thought was a very successful second Camomier for Burgeo. And I think we all agree that the weather was just out of this world and played a big major part. So I really would like to extend on behalf of the town of Burgeo our thanks to the committee for making this 10 days of fun for our people. Another thing I would like to speak out on now is that yesterday, August the 13th, I attended a meeting in Stephenville regarding the post tags program and so on. And there's going to be, you know, they're trying to get money to get, there's projects they're trying to get in place to start putting money into people who will be coming off tags and try to get money back in their pocket as soon as possible. Now there's many projects that I'm sure that this town can benefit from. I've got some in mind, and they will be a long-lasting benefit to our town. Projects such as the walkway up to Métis Hill, maybe floating docks, trailer all-outs, I don't know. But if there's anyone in town who feels that there's some project, you know, not the ordinary old make-work project, going in the woods and cutting a few trees and making a few tables and things like that. But if anybody has got something that they feel might be approved in this type of thing and at the same time create some work after August, then I really would appreciate submitting it to me or council or the Burgeo Diversification, Sam Organ or what. But we really are in need of ideas as to what we can do, and let's try to benefit a bit out of the few $1 million that's going to be spent that way. And I think that's it for this week, so good night.
Stay with us for more of This Week in Review coming up in just a moment.
In a scene from prehistory, still fjords run deep, hemmed in by giant granite walls, carved by volcanoes, tectonic upheaval, 20 times as old as the Rockies, our park. Icebergs drift south. Humpbacks migrate to the north. This is the place where their paths cross. Where you can't see the icebergs for whales. There's puffins and petrels, kittiwakes and gulls, guillemots, merlins and murres, owls and osprey, hawks and razorbills, and you can see where the eagles have landed.
BBS Playbill. Tune in on Wednesday at 7 p.m. for Play Safe 2. Don't let it happen to you. This video comes to us from the War Amp. And I'll be here again next week with This Week in Review. For This Week in Review, I'm Dave Cooper. Good night.